This is a KCCI 8 News special presentation, After the Storm.
Welcome back to Marshalltown and our special After the Storm. This is a special hour-long edition of KCCI 8 News at 6. We're just starting the second half hour. And you know what? 1 year ago, 19 tornadoes spotted across the this part of Iowa in just 2.5 hours.
Now, most of them came down in farm fields, caused very little building damage, but 3 of them cut through Bondurant, east of Pella, and then Marshalltown. 22 people were hurt. Hundreds of homes and businesses were damaged or destroyed.
This is Doppler indicated, and it would be near northeast of the Bondurant area right now.
Just before 3 o'clock, KCCI viewer TJ Phillips captured this video of the tornado in the area of Northeast 64th Street in Bondurant. You can see the spark and the fire of transformers as the tornado picks them off one by one. A number of homes were damaged.
You can see this house over here on Mallard Point Drive. Roof has been just completely lifted off of this.
About an hour later, the National Weather Service says just after 4 o'clock, a tornado developed 3 miles north of Pella.
It's a tornado on the ground. The strength of it, based on what I'm seeing on radar, is well over 100 miles an hour.
It traveled southeast, damaging crops, trees, and some farm buildings. By the time it hit the Vermeer plant, it was rated an EF3. This view from Sky 8 shows plant number 7 was destroyed. Other buildings also were damaged, and vehicles were tossed around like toys. Emergency crews combed the scene.
Some of those crews are working around the Vermeer buildings, trying to make sure that there's nobody trapped inside the buildings.
As the storm weakened after hitting Vermeer, just before 4:30, another popped up northwest of Marshalltown.
So if you're in Marshalltown and Marshalltown northwest, please seek shelter.
It strengthened from an EF1 to an EF3 as it moved east through the community.
You can tell the tornado has just gone through here. We have significant tree damage that is blocking the roadway.
The storm snapped the cupola and spire right off the clock tower of the historic Marshall County Courthouse. The 132-year-old building, a battered mess. The historic downtown sustained a whole lot of damage.
Behind me is, from speaking to people here, is one of the oldest buildings here in Marshalltown, and it looks like it's been completely gutted.
Unity Point Hospital in Marshalltown was hit, and the 43 patients there had to be relocated to other hospitals. Parts of the hospital were closed for 7 days. The tornado weakened quickly and was over at 4:47 p.m.
And as you saw in the story, KCCI Chief Meteorologist Curtis Gertz tracked every single tornado and gave folks in all those communities plenty of warning to find safety.
Yeah, Curtis always commands our severe weather coverage. And the thing I remember about that night, Curtis, Stacy and I were out there on the set, and I remember your surprise at how quickly this storm developed into a big-time storm.
Oh yeah, that's really what happened with this Marshalltown storm. Is it started out weak and then intensified very quickly. Unfortunately, it intensified over the town of Marshalltown. I thought I'd show you the storm path to just kind of give you a feel of what went on there. It started out west and northwest of town. Initial damage with this EF0 storm, EF0, and then watch what happens as it moves into Marshalltown. EF3, EF2, EF3 damage, sustained winds, 144 miles an hour, an incredibly wide storm. It weakened as it moved out of town. We always talk on Doppler radar about the hook echo. Look at how impressive it was as it headed into Marshalltown. The storm strengthened as it moved into town, and then you look at the reflectivity. I wanted to show you this area in purple. What that is that's a debris ball. Anytime you see that high reflectivity in the hook, that's debris. That's the debris from the courthouse. And then I did a cross section here. That debris lofted over 3 miles high in the storm, and that's why sometimes with these storms you'll find things from post-tornado 20-30 miles away from the storm. So a very impressive storm that moved into Marshalltown, and as I mentioned, unfortunately for the folks in Marshalltown, it strengthened right as it moved into town.
Thank you, Curtis. You know, just a few days after the tornado hit Marshall County, the Marshalltown and the Marshall County Courthouse, work began to restore this 19th century building.
Yeah, 133 years old. If you ever saw it before the storm, you know how beautiful it was. And KCCI's Lauren Donovan gives us a look inside at the work they're doing to bring it back.
If you change your focus from the rubble that remains and instead place the future in the foreground,
it's hard to believe.
You'll see this scaffolding and this siding is something to celebrate.
A year ago, wow, it's amazing. So welcome to the new normal.
Nearly 9 months ago, we first walked into the Marshall County Courthouse. Back then, Auditor Nan Benson was sure not beaming like she is now.
So this is where people got their birth certificates, passports.
Her excitement is easy to spot as she shows us the second floor.
The last time you were here visiting us, we couldn't walk in here. We are done here. This has had 2 levels of concrete poured.
Benson says while she wishes the tornado had never tore up her town, it could not have hit at a more opportune time. And that's because the city was already planning a massive renovation. So they had some funds already set aside.
We're trying to keep the historic elements in the rotunda.
The grand courtroom will be preserved as well, even though at the moment it's serving as more of a haphazard storage unit. And as for the 123-year-old cupola that toppled over,
it will be constructed out of different materials, so to hope it will even last even longer.
But it will look exactly as you remember it. Reporting in Marshalltown, Lauren Donovan, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
And Marshall County hopes to reopen the courthouse next spring. Now, you can still see a lot of the damage from the tornado as you walk around Marshalltown today.
Yeah, the scars are everywhere. There are still a lot of tarps in this town. And just a few blocks west of here, just right down this way to what would be your right, the local radio station tower was hit. And the signal was spotty and sporadic right after that, but using a backup generator and then some bypass equipment, they never totally left the air. They streamed for a while, and you know what? That is a very good thing.
431, that is that confirmed tornado located near Marshalltown.
When a tornado is bearing down on your town, the basement of a bank building is a pretty good place to be.
This is the tornado shelter for the building.
On July 19th, 2018, it was good for KFJB AM and KIX 101.1 FM, but it was great for the city of Marshalltown, specifically starting at 4:38 that afternoon.
We could feel the pressure in our ears when it passed over.
I can feel the pressure in my ears. I don't know if you can feel that, Ken.
Yeah, I can a little bit.
It was an EF3 twister with top winds of 144 miles per hour, the strongest storm to hit the state of Iowa since 2015. Marshalltown's only radio stations were on the air, and they stayed on the air for days.
Our job was just to get the information out that we got from the police chief, that we got from the sheriff, that we got from emergency management.
Real-time information that saved real lives in real time.
They heard us say, you know, that tornado is coming right down Summit Street, State Street, and they got to safety.
In the aftermath, much of Marshalltown was a war zone. So the stations, now simulcasting, got the word out.
Saying, we've got to keep people out of the area, we're going to set curfews up. And they needed a way to get that information out.
Listenership for the 100,000-watt station grew tenfold following the tornado.
I have 81 outside the KIX 101.1 studios.
General Manager Todd Steinkamp is kind of modest.
Our city licensed Marshalltown, so it was our job to make sure that we served it.
Steinkamp and his staff served their city so well, they were named Broadcaster of the Year by the Iowa Broadcasters Association.
Getting that award was flattering. It was nice, but no offense to the IBA, I'd give it right back if I knew this tornado wasn't going to happen.
But it did. And it's good for Marshalltown that they have a strong, community-minded local broadcaster like KFJB, KIX.
I get up on my soapbox and I talk about your satellite radio stations and your internet-based radio stations and stuff. Yep, they've got the music, but the things that they can't do is exactly what we did that day to help save lives.
Congratulations to Todd Steinkamp, Iowa Broadcaster of the Year. We at KCCI, another strong, community-minded local broadcaster. Interesting thing is, Steinkamp and his investors, they took over the ownership of the radio station exactly 1 month before the tornado hit.
Oh, timing is everything,
yeah, exactly.
isn't it?
They came through it okay. They're doing great. What a wonderful guy.
Yeah, good for them. So another place hit really hard by those July 2018 tornadoes was the Vermeer plant on the east side of Pella.
That's right. And coming up on After the Storm, KCCI's Todd Magel is live outside the Vermeer plant, and he shows us how its owners and employees repaired and even improved the facility.
So one of the tornadoes that hit a year ago today hit north of Pella, but the only major damage was when it hit the Vermeer plant east of town.
And KCCI's Todd Magel hit the road for Pella right after we heard the storm was coming. And he is live there now to show us how the Vermeer company has not only come back, it's even bigger and better than before.
That's right, Steve and Stacy. We're actually in the exact same spot we were 1 year ago when this all happened. This is just outside the public pavilion that Vermeer has. All the damage happened behind me here. And when we drove up, we were in shock at what we saw.
Are you videoing this? Yes, this is all on video.
July 19th, 2018. This is the tornado as it tears through the Vermeer Corporation in Pella. In just a few minutes, it sawed through several buildings along what's called Vermeer Mile. From the air and on the ground, the damage is overwhelming. Roofs torn off, walls collapsed, and cars piled up like toys.
It was shocking to me to see the damage.
Jason Andringa is Vermeer's CEO.
When I came out of the shelter in Plant 1 and drove along the back of the mile, I will never forget what I saw.
Then it really got emotional because you saw that the place that you loved to come to work was practically destroyed.
Joel Neef has been a Vermeer machining specialist for 17 years. He helps build some of the giant farm and industrial equipment here. He and his co-workers rushed into the reinforced concrete tornado shelters in Plant 7 that afternoon. This one is normally a lunchroom, but the doors have 3 deadbolts and it's built to withstand an EF5 tornado.
You start thinking about family, friends. Are you going to make it out of here?
Neef and hundreds of other workers did make it out. 7 were injured, no one was killed. That night, an emotional Andringa promised to rebuild his 71-year-old family company.
So yeah, we certainly are going to rebuild, and we're going to come back stronger than ever.
Vermeer is back building machines like this horizontal driller.
What's going on in the buildings right now is amazing. We're doing with 5 plants what we used to do with 7, and we're getting it done.
The progress we have made is mind-blowing.
Here's another look at the damage last summer from the air, and here's what it looks like now. The remaining factory buildings are working at full capacity. Just last week, the company broke ground for 3 new manufacturing and design buildings, and Vermeer promises customers and employees the tornado will not stop progress for the 71-year-old family company.
This is the greatest challenge Vermeer has ever faced, and yet I am so proud that we have clearly turned it into an opportunity.
And Vermeer says that their new manufacturing plant construction should start sometime in September. It should be done, and they hope to have all traces of this tornado wiped out a year from then. And from our storm chaser, Jason Zadeko, who was actually chasing the storm and ended up here shortly after the tornado hit, and was able to get pictures of cars that were piled on top. And that looks familiar, certainly to us. This is Jason Zadeko, our meteorologist. We were here together on that spot 1 year ago tonight. I didn't know he was even here. It was your day off. You were storm chasing that night.
Yeah, I had just gotten back from vacation and I had a little bit more time off, so I decided why not go out chasing. And yeah, I mean, I hopped on a storm from Bondurant, and then after that one kind of fizzled out, I made my way down here and got the call that Vermeer had taken a direct hit. So that's when I got sent over, I should say, to Vermeer, and originally went around the back side of the building and saw a little bit of damage, but I didn't see a lot. There were some emergency vehicles back there. It wasn't until I got around the front side of the building where I saw cars that were stacked on top of each other, metal from the roofing that was literally wrapped around power line poles and shot off into fields. It was amazing how much of it you could see, and there was this lingering smell of gas in the air, which I think initially was thought to be a gas leak, but it was just gas from the vehicles that was in the parking lot that were stacked on top of each other. And just one thing I was impressed by was the amount of even on-site organization immediately after the tornado had gone through. They had started moving people into safe areas again after they had come out to look at their vehicles and at the damage and whatnot. So that was a really cool thing to see. And yeah, I'm happy that everybody was actually safe and that there weren't any life-threatening injuries or anything like that. But one of those situations that's definitely just a lot to take in. You know, I've been storm chasing for a lot of years, and seeing that scope of damage and just seeing really that much of it in one location, your mind immediately goes towards the worst. So.
And speaking on a lighter note, Jason was wearing a very special shirt that night, which you may have seen. This is it.
I was on vacation, guys, okay? It's my Count Chocula shirt.
That got a lot of worldwide attention, I believe, that night.
It did. I got a lot of tweets.
All right.
Literally all over the world.
All right, good job. Thanks, Jason. Thanks to Count Chocula. And thanks to you. We're here live in Pella. Steve and Stacy, we'll throw it back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. So, although the tornado caused major damage to the Vermeer plant, it missed most Pella homes and businesses.
That's right, and KCCI Chief Meteorologist Curtis Gritch joins us again now. And Curtis, that little Dutch community of Pella really dodged a bullet that night.
Oh, it was awfully close. I want to show you this storm path. It started near Monroe, and then it just moved north and east of Pella and caught the Vermeer plant. Initially, this tornado not as strong, and then it just kind of tightened up. EF1, EF1, then watch what happens. Vermeer, EF2, EF3, damage there, 144 mile-per-hour winds. It was almost a half-mile wide at one point. We got new software at our station, and I put the data from this event into our new software, and I want to show you what it would look like. This is the Hook Echo. We always talk about that with the reflectivity. And then you see the winds towards and away from the radar, the green towards, the red away, very tight circulation. You look for those reds and greens very close together, especially the bright colors. This was just 2.8 miles from the Vermeer plant, so well advertised on radar. We have a new product that's called Shear Rate. You'll be seeing this more. It makes it a little easier for the viewers. You just look for that bright red and that strong rotation. We'll be using that throughout the tornado season. And then this is what it looked like as it moved over the Vermeer plant. And then a BTI, you see that at the bottom there? That's Barron Tornado Index. Anytime that's over 7, that is just almost a guaranteed major damage with the storm there. So that was what we were watching with that storm, with the BTI. Also, Steve and Stacy, one other thing I want to point out is this storm did not die out as it moved past Vermeer. It just moved over some agricultural land, and I was very concerned for the town of Oskaloosa, but amazingly the storm lifted up into the clouds, maintained its strength, but never touched down in the city of Oskaloosa. But I had panicked that we were going to see some more damage in Oskaloosa, but thankfully the storm moved back up in the clouds.
All right, thank you, Curtis. Once again, no major injuries. Tornado here in Marshalltown, in Pella, where Todd is, and then also in Bondurant. And you know what? If you drive around Bondurant these days, it hardly looks like a tornado even touched the place.
But looks, of course, can be deceiving. The hidden recovery problems when after the storm returns.
Not one, but two tornadoes hit the city of Bondurant 1 year ago, and KCCI was there just minutes after it happened.
That's right, and much of the damage there has been repaired, at least to the naked eye. But KCCI's Tommy Clark has one Bondurant family story and the problems they're still facing 1 year later.
Yeah, Stacy and Steve, these families have been through so much, including this row of homes that you see here. These homes were destroyed, many of them now fixed, but one home of Jennifer Cox, they say that they're still facing a big problem, almost as big as the tornado itself.
Oh my God. Honey, get inside. They just went a house. They just went a house.
This terrifying video is still hard to watch 1 year after tornadoes ripped through Bondurant. One of the houses in this video is home to Jennifer Cox and her family.
It just turned. It just quickened turned to the right.
The Cox family was one of many picking up the pieces left behind the path of destruction that day. Debris everywhere, roofs missing, an entire second story torn off one home. And 1 year later,
you think about it every day.
Her stepson was home and called her while the tornado touched down.
You can hear in the background him yelling and, sorry, you can hear him yelling in the background on the phone. And they go downstairs and he finally gets everybody downstairs, but you can hear how loud it is. Even on the phone, you can hear it.
Amazingly, everyone was okay. But today, they're still dealing with the damage.
It's frustrating. You know, it's a year later. We should be done with this. And instead, we have a house that's still not done. You know, and it's not just the contractor, it's the insurance company as well.
Although her home sits with missing brick and mismatched siding, Jennifer says it's nothing compared to what could have happened.
It's a house. And as far as we're concerned, it's not as important as our kids. It's not as important as our dogs. And, you know, it's not as important as everything else.
There will be an event this evening in the city park to honor the first responders from the day that tornado touched down. And Jennifer Cox, she's one of those firefighters. For now, live in Bondurant, I'm Tommy Clark, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Thank you, Tommy. You know, the tornado that hit Bondurant was actually one of a pair of tornadoes that moved just north of the Des Moines Metro 1 year ago.
Yeah, can you imagine that if one of those tornadoes had hit Des Moines? Chief Meteorologist Curtis Gertz is back now. He's in Marshalltown live with us too. And Curtis, you tracked that storm.
Yeah, really the Bondurant tornadoes, I think, saved a lot of lives because they put everybody on point for the rest of the day, that this is a real tornado day. We got video in, storm chasers tracking them, and that's what helped. It just made everybody very aware. But you're right, twin tornadoes with Bondurant. The one moved through town and the other one north of town. I just wanted to show you this graphically to get a feel for how this developed and pushed on through with that EF2 damage with those Bondurant tornadoes. Now, on radar, these were not that impressive. The northern storm was a bit more impressive than the southern storm, but with maximum wind speeds 115 miles an hour, storm chasers were so important, telling us what was on the ground. The other thing with the Bondurant tornado, it came together, the one storm, and then it ingested another storm that was over Prairie City, and then you watch this all develop, and the Bondurant storm ended up being the Pella tornado. It was a cell merger, and that cell headed down to Pella. Steve and Stacy, I also looked at the data from the Marshalltown storm and kind of the same scenario. A cell in northwestern Marshall County ingested a storm. It took that energy, and that turned into the Marshalltown tornado. So the two biggest storms of the day were actually storms that merged in Marshall County and Marion County. But again, the Bondurant storms put everybody on high alert. This is going to be a big tornado day.
And Curtis, we were very lucky, all very lucky to have you tracking these storms for us to let people know that they needed to find safety, and it kept people safe and it kept people with no deaths from that storm.
He's an expert.
Yes. So after the storm returns, how Marshalltown's newspaper helped every community member here in town commemorate this day. The Marshalltown Times-Republican delivered today's edition of the newspaper to every single home in the city, whether they subscribed or not.
That's right. And the headline, 1 year later, time marches on. Marshalltown finds strength and pride after devastation. And they certainly do. After talking with people all day today, pride after this storm. There are signs all over the place, t-shirts, people are wearing them, Marshalltown strong, and this place is strong and it's coming back. So are Bondurant and Pella.
Yeah, you never know how good your neighbors are until something like this happens. We're proud to be here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night.